It's day 95. I got my EMJ capital cap on back here in the bridle path where it is a quiet morning. And I want to start off by shouting out a guy named John from New Jersey who totally blew me away last night when he sent me a clip of him calling into Jim Cramer on Mad Money last night and asking about Open Door. I just love John for his enthusiasm and for his spirit and his respect that he brought to Jim, uh, asking about if Jim could get behind the Open Army. Jim could not, but John's enthusiasm was infectious, and I just have, it was such a shot in the arm for me, and I know everyone else in the Open Army and Rising Dynasty. And I just have to say thank you, John, because sometimes when you're out here banging away, walking the streets of the mean streets of the bridle path on Saturday mornings, you just don't know sometimes whether it's having an effect, especially on days when the stock seemingly hasn't gone anywhere in a couple of weeks and all that stuff. So, John, you lit a flame in me, and I know many other people in the Open Army. And for that, I just want to say thanks. And it just makes you realize that we are not alone. We have so many people shoulder to shoulder with us, um, just out here working hard, sharing ideas, sharing enthusiasm, picking each other up when we need to. And that just means the world. So, John, I look forward to meeting you sometime in Jersey and grabbing a bite somewhere. Nothing would make me happier. So thank you for that. Now to kind of get to the more substantive part of the whole discussion, I wanted to talk about a little bit more of an extension of yesterday's topic on multiples and how so many people are talking about AI bubbles, and yet they have no rationale for why it's a bubble. Just they feel like saying it's a bubble, and they think by just saying it will make it so, and will make them look smart and get them starring roles in The Big Short too, with Christian Bale playing them. Good luck, guys. That's not going to happen. Saw a chart today from on Bloomberg. Somebody generated on Bloomberg yesterday, where they took I forgot this. Do you remember the four horsemen of the dot-com era? Intel, Dell, Cisco, Microsoft. Those were the equivalent of the Mag 7s in the dot-com era. A hardware company, a chip company that people thought was revolutionary, but was not. Um, Microsoft, and like those were supposed to be the leading lights of that era. Okay, we knew we didn't realize how stupid we were then. We'll probably look back in a few years and realize how stupid we were now to be talking about AI bubbles. But anyway, the four horsemen were trading at 60 to 80 times trailing price to earnings multiples in the dot-com era. Okay, currently the Mag 7 combined are trading at trailing PE multiples of 30 to 40 times. Okay, so roughly half of what the four horsemen were trading at during the dot-com bubble. So are we in a bubble trading at half the multiples back then? And how would you compare the quality of the companies in the Mag 7 today versus the quality of the four horsemen in the dot-com era? How would you compare their ability to produce operating cash flows to those guys? Obviously, that was like a pure levitating, all boats rising bubble back then, um, versus these companies that are truly like their own economies, their own countries, their own GDPs operating. It's a totally different scale. Um, so the other interesting thing when I went through the Mag 7 today, right now, is if you look at their forward price earnings multiples, okay, over the last 5 years, the forward price earnings multiples, they have been consistently, for 6 out of 7, dropping. Okay, they've been going down. They are roughly down on average 26% from their the 5-year peaks, and on a median basis, like 20% down. Tesla is the one outlier, okay? But Tesla has always been an outlier for the last 5 years. It's trading at something like 175 times forward PE right now. But people are pricing in like robots and all this kind of stuff, in the future that Elon's going to spin up. And they always have done that. Um, but there's no other Mag 7 that's trading above a 30 times forward PE other than Apple right now. The only Mag 7 that's trading at its peak PE, forward PE for the past 5 years is Google. But that's because they've been trading at a depressed PE for basically the last 5 years. So show me evidence that there is a bubble here. Show me the proof. Don't just show me the rhetoric. Don't just say it is so because you feel like it is. Okay? And yet we are standing, as I was saying yesterday, on the cusp of the biggest productivity boom that the world has ever seen. Not since the PCs, not since the internet, not since SaaS. I mean, it's going to make all of those things look piddly in comparison to what is about to happen over the next 5 years. Operating margins are about to shoot up on average for all companies, some companies more than others. There will be easily a way that you can see that the entire S&P 500 multiple will increase substantially from, say, 20 times trailing where it is at currently to something like 30 times trailing. That's a 50% increase from current, okay? So, okay, just take a step back, keep the rising dynasty glasses on of seeing what's really happening out there, and make your choices, okay? Don't just fall for dumb rhetoric. Own the future, don't rent it.